What is the DA doing? What is the sheriff doing? What is justice doing?
Right now, demanding transparency, the family of a local man shot during his arrest takes their argument inside the Capitol. Plus, a trooper puts herself at risk to bring a dangerous situation to an end in Florida. And more incredible body cam video showing the moment a toddler is thrown from a burning building, saved by the first responders below. That's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. Thank you for joining us tonight. This video was recorded February 3rd. It is the day 38-year-old Quadron Wilson was taken into custody on Madison's east side. Since then, there have been several questions surrounding his arrest. That was more than a month ago. Since, we've learned a total of 21 officers from a variety of departments were involved in his arrest. The Dane County Sheriff's Department, who is leading the investigation, says 2 DCI agents fired their weapons. They have identified and placed them on administrative leave. And most recently, we learned that Wilson was not armed at the time, and his family says he was shot multiple times in the back. Last month, Wilson made an appearance in court, charged with a felony count of delivering narcotics after someone he allegedly sold fentanyl to died. Today, a group supporting Wilson went to the Capitol with a message for local officials. Our Brad Hamilton was there.
Charlotte family and friends of Wilson say they want answers, and today they sent that message in a form of a letter personally delivered to local officials.
It's been over a month, and we have very few answers. No justice, no nothing.
Frustrated, tired, and demanding answers.
We're here to demand some justice.
Those who support Quadron Wilson, who says that he was shot 5 times by DCI agents on February 3rd, went to the state capitol today to hand deliver a message.
We're here to get some answers. It's been 34 days. We ain't heard nothing. Been treated like nothing. And we just here to get some answers.
Today, a letter with a list of demands was given to the Lieutenant Governor, Attorney General, and the chairwoman of the Wisconsin Black Caucus.
This young man was shot in his back 5 times.
First, to charge and arrest the officers they say are responsible for shooting Wilson. Next, to make this investigation more transparent. And last, to allow Wilson, whose father, Maine Morris, says has an infection, to go back to the hospital for treatment.
He don't know nothing. We don't know nothing. He's in pain. The police are giving us the runaround. I mean, it's 34 days. Mentally, he's messed up. Mentally, we messed up too. Period.
The Dane County Sheriff's Office is in charge with investigating this arrest of Wilson, which took a total of 21 law enforcement officers to complete. Right now, we know that Wilson was arrested due to a charge of delivering fentanyl to a person who later died, and that Wilson was not armed when he was detained. But Wilson's supporters and his family want more.
An injustice to one is an injustice to all, and we're here to put them on notice.
And if you wanted to find more information regarding this incident, make sure to head to our website, channel3000.com.
And in a different case, the Dane County District Attorney says he won't seek charges against any Madison police officers in another shooting case where the suspect eventually took his own life. This one happened on November 28th on Secret Garden Drive. Police say the 18-year-old man was armed and making murder-suicide threats. They say an officer fired their weapon but didn't hit him. He eventually turned his gun on himself. Next at 10, Stoughton's mayor declared a state of emergency today following the tornado and strong winds that tore through the area on Saturday night. Straight-line winds were recorded in excess of 80 miles per hour, and an EF1 tornado touched down south of the city near Leslie Road. Luckily, nobody was injured, and making the cleanup process more challenging, much of the damage has now been covered in snow. Here's a live look at the Beltline in Madison tonight. Madison's plows should be wrapping up their citywide operation at any time now. This morning, the Streets Department said it would take about 11 hours to get everything cleared. Let's see what's on the way next. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolti has our certified most accurate forecast.
Well, it's kind of interesting when you go from severe weather to snow in just a little more than 24 hours, but that's what happened this weekend. Now it looks like things are starting to settle down. So we look at the time lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam. You can see the snow this morning, but gradually as we headed through the morning, it tapered to flurries and then gradually came to an end, even though the clouds stuck around for most of the day. But just shortly after sunset, the skies started to clear and temperatures are starting to drop. Now the only snow showing up on Doppler track is on the other side of Lake Michigan, and that's mainly lake effect snow. Temperatures today only made it up to freezing in Madison. Most areas stay at or below freezing, the exception of the far western parts of the state. And current temperatures now are in the lower 20s in Madison, but already dropping into the teens to the north and west of town. By morning, we'll be down to about 15 in Madison. Look for a high temperature tomorrow of about 38 degrees with mostly sunny skies, but some snow is on the way, or at least potentially on the way for Thursday. I'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
New information tonight. One teen has died and 2 others remain hospitalized after a shooting outside Des Moines, Iowa High School today. The victims include 2 boys and 1 girl. Police say the gunfire appears to have come from a passing vehicle. According to an ongoing tally, this is at least the 13th shooting at an American campus with K-12 students in 2022. And just over the state line in Rockford, 5 people were killed and 6 others injured in a house fire today. Limited information has been released, but the local school district says 3 of the kids involved were students there. Officials have not released the names and ages of the victims. And dramatic new video tonight showing a toddler being thrown from the second story of a burning building right into the arms of first responders below. This is in South Brunswick, New Jersey today. You can see and hear police yelling for the man to drop the 3-year-old. A short while later, an officer is seen carrying them to safety. After the child's rescue, the man also jumps to safety, and both are doing well. So that is dashcam video from a Florida state trooper bringing a dangerous situation to an end. Yesterday, police say a drunk 52-year-old woman began driving erratically around traffic cones and onto the route of a local 10K race. She was driving the wrong way down the highway when a trooper put herself in danger to keep the woman from reaching the racers. Both the trooper and suspect were taken to the hospital with serious injuries. In Madison, the search for a suspect continues after police say 2 people were injured after an alleged drive-by shooting early Sunday morning. The victims, 34 and 35-year-olds, say the shooting happened on Odana Road. They drove themselves to the hospital. Officers reportedly found shattered glass and 8 shell casings at the scene. So far, no arrests have been made. 2 men have been charged for punching a minor in the face after a fight at a local youth hockey game over the weekend. This happened at the McFarland Community Ice Arena Saturday evening. Police say a fight broke out among parents and fans. McFarland was playing against Hayward. The 2 men are now facing charges of disorderly conduct and physical abuse to a child. Continuing coverage tonight, the family of a missing UW lacrosse student is now offering a $15,000 reward for information that helps them find him. 25-year-old Hamoud Faal was last seen February 20th. The Sun Prairie High School alum is set to graduate from college in May. Volunteers from several parts of the Midwest have gone to La Crosse to search for him, but so far have not had any luck. The U.S. Supreme Court has rejected a bid to reopen Bill Cosby's sexual assault prosecution. Today, the court left in place an opinion by Pennsylvania's highest court that overturned Cosby's sexual assault conviction. Cosby was convicted in 2018 for drugging and sexually assaulting a woman in his home in 2004, but was released last summer after the state Supreme Court overturned his conviction, ruling his due process rights were violated. The United Nations says the crisis in Ukraine is quickly turning into a humanitarian crisis. The number of civilian deaths is climbing while the Russian attack is intensifying. Skylar Henry reports from the White House.
After nearly 2 weeks of fighting, the conflict in Ukraine shows no sign of ending. On Monday, a 3rd round of talks made little progress as Russia stepped up its bombardment of cities like Kharkiv and Mariupol. The Pentagon says the Russian offensive has become more reliant on missile attacks and airstrikes. The UN says at least 1,200 civilians have died in the fighting. Nearly 2 million more have fled. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky appeared in a new video recorded at his office in Kyiv. Zelensky said every day is now Monday in his country and repeated his vow to stay there until the war is over. The White House says the Pentagon is sending another 500 troops to Europe to bolster NATO's eastern flank.
These additional personnel are being positioned to respond, obviously, to the current security environment caused by Russia's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine.
Gas and oil prices have soared since the invasion began. The Biden administration is weighing a ban on Russian energy imports and has asked Venezuela and Saudi Arabia to increase their output.
What the president is most focused on is ensuring we are continuing to take steps to deliver punishing economic consequences on Putin.
In a new Quinnipiac University poll, 71% of Americans said they would support a ban on Russian oil, even if it meant they would pay more at the pump. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the White House.
And check this out. We are seeing these new photos of what appears to be a dud Russian missile that hit a Ukrainian zoo. According to the zoo director, it did not explode and no animals were hurt. The invasion is also causing the rebranding of a popular line of vodka. The mayor of Stolnica, I'm not pronouncing that right, Stolnia Vodka says the liquor will now be sold and marketed simply as Stoli. Stoli Group's founder, Russian-born billionaire Yuri Shefler, was exiled from the country in 2000 because of his opposition to Putin. Today's coronavirus headlines. The state is still heading in the right direction. According to DHA, the 7-day average of new confirmed cases is now 467. The last time it was below 500 was at the end of July last year. Wisconsin bars, restaurants, and small businesses getting some more help in time for tax season as they work to recover from the pandemic. Governor Evers signing a pair of bills into law today.
With these two bills, we hope to provide folks with a little more clarity and a little less stress and worry as they head into tax season.
The first bill is designed to assure businesses that federal relief funds they receive are exempt from state taxes. The second one increases the amount of ordinary income that may be offset by capital losses from $500 to $3,000. Both bills pass with bipartisan support. The State Department of Revenue says more than 2,000 businesses will be helped by these laws. The global COVID-19 death toll has officially reached 6 million today. That is according to Johns Hopkins University. This comes 4 months after the world reached 5 million deaths. The U.S. has reported the highest number of deaths with more than 958,000, followed by Brazil, Russia, and Mexico. Experts say based on CDC data, the U.S. may be in for a near normal spring and summer, and say the move from pandemic to endemic appears to be accelerating. People in the U.S. can now order 4 more free at-home rapid COVID-19 antigen tests from the federal government as part of the Biden administration's effort to increase testing. The program, run in partnership with the U.S. Postal Service, began during the Omicron surge in December. And it appears that even mild COVID-19 can cause the loss of gray matter in the brain. Today, the journal Nature published a new study that found infections can damage the brain, particularly the area related to smell. Scientists compared brain imaging from more than 400 people who had COVID with nearly 400 people who were not infected. And news out of the NFL today, Atlanta Falcons wide receiver Calvin Ridley has been suspended for the 2022 season for betting on NFL games last year. The suspension, announced this afternoon by NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, is for activity that took place while Ridley was away from the team while addressing mental health concerns. Still to come tonight, Gary Canalti will have a full look at your forecast for the work week ahead. Plus, after taking the past 2 years off, the UW Marching Band Spring Concert finally making a comeback. That story when we come back.
Watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 now at 10.
Saving money with 11% off everything at Menards. Give any room a fresh look with the beauty and durability of tile from Mohawk. Mohawk features over 350 ceramic, porcelain, mosaic, and glass tiles. All Mohawk tiles are 11% off. Complete your tiling job with professional quality installation products from Tech. Menards carries Tech mortar and grout to work with all floor and wall tile sizes. Get 11% off Tech products at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Broadway's Tony-winning Best Musical is Dear Evan Hansen. Evan Hansen, May 10th to 15th at Overture Center. Find your tickets at overture.org today.
We're back at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison
for a big drawing.
Let's go down to Tina.
Hey guys, we're here for the drawing of the brand new car, and there sure are a lot of anxious people waiting to see if they've won.
And the winner is Alan Jordan.
Yes! Congratulations!
Marie, baby, we won! We'll get rid of the old beater that Dad gave us. Marie!
Looks like Dad's gonna get the old beater back.
Yeah, right?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
You just found out your bank account was hacked. What do you do?
Our Call for Action expert shares important tips to help you clean up your mess and recover your money.
And we're keeping an eye on a system to bring more wintry conditions to southern Wisconsin. We'll have the details tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Developing tonight, more than 1,100 homes have been evacuated in the Florida Panhandle as a wildfire continues to grow, now in 3 counties. The most prominent blaze, the Bertha Swamp Road fire, expanded over the weekend and was at 13,000 acres today and is only 10% contained. The fire is just east of Panama City, the popular tourist destination. Well, you've likely noticed gas prices are surging because of the economic fallout from the Russian invasion of Ukraine. According to AAA, the U.S. average per gallon topped $4 for the first time in more than a decade and up more than 40 cents in the past week. Many experts warn prices will rise even further, not just for gas, but also for other essential goods. And California has some of the highest rates in the country with a state average of $5.34 per gallon. But take a look at this mobile station in West Hollywood where a gallon of Super Plus is $7.55. For regular, you will pay $6.95. For the first time in 2 years, the UW Marching Band Spring Concert will be returning to the Kohl Center next month. This year's show is scheduled for 7:30 p.m. on April 22nd and 23rd. The annual concert was put on hold in both 2020 and 2021 due to the pandemic, meaning this year's show will be the band's first spring concert under director Corey Pompey's leadership. And here's our leader of the band, Gary Canaldi.
I can't play a musical instrument to save my life, and I can't sing either.
Neither can I, so you're in good company.
Well, I tell you, there were people that were kind of upset with the change in seasons over the weekend. We had severe weather on Saturday and then snow last night into early this morning. But if you take a look at the time lapse from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville, notice the snow early this morning, but then as the day went on, the clouds stuck around, and then towards sunset, that's when the sky started to clear, and now the clearing is spread over most of southern Wisconsin. Doppler track still shows lake effect snows on the other side of Lake Michigan, but the rest of Wisconsin free of precipitation. If we look at our current snow depth, we've got more snow on the ground in southern Wisconsin than there is in the central part of the state. But far northern Wisconsin still has a couple of feet of snow on the ground up near Lake Superior and over into parts of upper Michigan. A lot of this snow will stick around for a couple of days and then melt as temperatures warm up as we head into next week especially. But today, that snow cover really held temperatures down, mainly in the upper 20s and lower 30s through most of the northern part of the Midwest. But down near the Ohio River, Paducah, Kentucky was at 73 for a high. They're down to 39 now as the cold air starts to settle south of the Ohio River. And in between, a pretty strong jet stream has moved out the severe weather and snow and now sent it to the East Coast. There was some severe weather over parts of Pennsylvania through the mid-Atlantic states, and then now that's moving out into the Atlantic Ocean. Some snow up in the northern part of the system. But to the west, things have settled down a little bit. The next weather system probably doesn't have a lot of moisture associated with it, and that would be in here for Thursday. In the meantime, high pressure is located just out to the west. Skies are actually starting to clear out pretty nicely for tonight, but temperatures are dropping as a result. Because of that snow cover, we're in the lower 20s here, but you can see these areas of blue already down in the teens, including Dubuque, Iowa, a lot of the low-lying spots because the air is relatively light. We're not seeing much in the way of wind, but tomorrow those winds will become southwesterly, so temperatures at least will go from the lower 30s today to the upper 30s for tomorrow. Cold front comes through tomorrow night. I think if there is any precipitation, it'll be in the form of just some very light snow flurries for a quick burst. Otherwise, look for partly cloudy skies as we head into Wednesday, but with those northwesterly winds, temperatures will drop back a couple of degrees. And then the next weather system, gathering strength out to the west, looks like it'll take a southerly track. Now, future track has snow coming into southern Wisconsin by early on Thursday morning, but some of the very latest computer forecast models show the snow really staying to the south. The U.S. GFS computer model, maybe an inch or two of snow down toward the Illinois state line. The European computer model, pretty much the same story, an inch or two. Some of the very latest information shows that the snow may mainly be in northern Illinois. We may miss out on any accumulating snow altogether. For tomorrow, look for sunny skies, a chilly day, high temperature at 38, and then the 7 to 10 day forecast, 34 on Wednesday, 27 with that light snow on Thursday. Again, if there is any accumulation, it'll be mainly south of Madison and no more than an inch or two. Friday and Saturday will be cold, but then as we head into next week, temperatures will warm up. And again, some of the very latest computer forecast models show these temperatures might actually have to be increased as we head into next week with some chances for mainly rain.
And coming up in sports, ice cold in the clutch. What happened to Wisconsin during the final 5 minutes and change of senior day? Find out next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The fact that group of law officers actually came to my home made a huge difference for me.
I felt assured that they would be able to turn things around for me and make me whole. And that's exactly what happened.
I really felt that my case was in the hands of a professional.
And it was a painless process.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Once you get past the initial shock of what happened, Gruber Law Offices will take it from there.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
We love our new apartment.
Great kitchen, open floor plan.
But there's not much privacy.
What happened to your wall?
At least Geico makes bundling our renters and car insurance easy.
Does save us a ton. What's on this chicken?
Paprika.
Paprika! I made it at home.
That's my catchphrase.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
I love it!
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
To stay out in front, you have to rise above the competition at every turn and earn the right to be known as a champion.
Jack, how's the car?
Hy-Vee gets what it takes to be the best. When it comes to fresh, sustainable seafood, they're first rate. Because they know fresh seafood.
And here's a simple takeaway. If you think you can find any better, then you don't know Hy-Vee and you don't know Jack.
Everyone's invited to the prom. From the creators of the Book of Mormon, Elf and the Drowsy Chaperone, The Prom is a musical comedy about big Broadway stars on a mission to change the world and the love they discover that unites them all. The Prom makes you believe in musical comedy again. So full of happiness that you think your heart is about to burst. Everyone deserves a chance to celebrate. Everyone
everyone's invited to the prom. Get your tickets at overture.org.
Yesterday's loss to Nebraska was just ugly. You have the top team in the Big Ten losing to the worst team in the Big Ten at home on Senior Day with a chance to win the program's first outright Big Ten title since 2015. Now, it looked like it would happen until Wisconsin went cold, and I'm talking ice cold from the floor. In the final 5 minutes and 48 seconds, the Badgers did make a field goal. And during those 9 straight misses, they watched a 9-point lead turn into a 1-point loss.
Tyler had one, Steve had one, Jacoby had one, Chucky had one. I mean, with a 6, 8, 9-point lead. Yeah, I mean, we got the ball in high percentage areas and didn't put the ball in the basket.
That was bad. This is good. Johnny Davis was named a first-team All-American by the Sporting News this morning. The Badger sophomore has 15 20-point games this season and leads Wisconsin in points and rebounds. Now, Davis did leave the Kohl Center in a walking boot yesterday. Greg Gard said after the game he's optimistic he'll play in the Big Ten tournament. The Badgers don't play until Friday. Speaking of conference tournaments, Chattanooga had taken on Furman in the Southern Conference Championship. And you may be asking yourself, why in the world am I seeing this on my TV? Well, former Badger assistant coach Lamont Parrish is the Mocs head coach, and his assistant coach is Tanner Bronson, who played at UW. And they both are going dancing thanks to that shot. Chattanooga punches their ticket to the NCAA tournament with a buzzer beater in overtime. The Wisconsin women's hockey team is on to the big dance for the 9th straight season, and unlike the last couple of years, it was a different feel around Selection Sunday. The Badgers didn't really know what to expect. They figured they'd be in the tournament, but weren't sure where or when they'd play. But when their name finally dropped up on the selection show, the nerves went away and the excitement took over.
I mean, I think there'd be nerves no matter what number you are and what position you are, and so that's just to be expected. It's kind of do or die at this moment, but I think there's some nerves, but more just kind of excitement and ready to go.
I think it's just fun, you know. We're super excited seeing your name pop up, obviously, and who you're going to play. Just makes everyone excited in the room.
And Steve Stricker's road to recovery just got some more positive news. The Edgerton native got the all clear to get after it again. Now, there's no official Champions Tour return to the links just yet, but Stricker did say on Twitter he'd see us in a month or two. We're back after this.
Johnson. What do a 20-ounce Coca-Cola and a Quick Trip take-home meal have in common? You know, besides that they're both delicious. They earn you chances to win a brand new Chevy Tahoe in our Coca-Cola Scratch Game. They play the Scratch Game in your Quick Rewards app, and you can win a Chevy Tahoe or other great prizes. Play for free daily in your Quick Rewards app, or purchase any Quick Trip take-home meal, 20-ounce Coca-Cola, or Smart Water to receive even more chances to play and win. Play the Coca-Cola Scratch Game today, and you can eat, drink, and scratch your way behind the wheel of a new Chevy Tahoe.
With eye care, the medicine you need may cost less than ever before. New in 2022, you pay a $0 copay for all of your Medicare-eligible Part D drugs up to the coverage gap. Then your cost will be the typical extra help copay amount. You'll also receive up to $2,500 in dental benefits and $300 in vision benefits. Call the Eye Care Benefits Helpline for a free consultation to get all the benefits you're entitled to. Rest easy. Eye Care is looking out for you and your health.
Hello, I'm Gary Canolti, inviting News 3 Now viewers to join me on a fabulous New England and St. Lawrence Seaway cruise September 8th through the 18th. Experience the history and beauty of the Atlantic coast, Canadian maritime provinces, and the famous St. Lawrence Seaway aboard our delightful Holland America ship for a 7-night scenic cruise. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, to learn more about this tour, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
Arby's, 2 for $6 every day. Crispy fish with that spicy kick. 2 of those things for just $6. Arby's, we have the meat.
I'm Rebecca, and you might know me from reality TV.
And this was my stubborn body fat that I just couldn't get rid of.
But then I went to Sono Bello, and they permanently removed my body fat in just one visit.
It is so intensely gratifying for one visit to make this big of a change. It's amazing.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It feels incredible to look down, and it's flat. Thank you again, Sono Bello. I'm so happy.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-800-595-1532 or go to sonobello.com. Everyone's invited to the joyous Broadway hit that New York Magazine calls smart and big-hearted. The Prom makes you believe in musical comedy again. So full of happiness that you think your heart is about to burst.
Get your tickets to the Prom today at overture.org.
Eric Franke gauges the outlook on new home construction Thursday at 6. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
And finally tonight, this one goes out to all the ladies. Tomorrow is International Women's Day. It is a call to action to continue fighting for women's equality, to take a close look at what still has to be done to create a world that's diverse, equitable, and inclusive. But it's also a chance to recognize how far women have come socially, economically, culturally, and politically. This day has been marked for more than 100 years, starting in 1911, and now it is celebrated around the world.
Good timing.
Very good timing.
Now that you're anchoring tonight.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so you can, shower me with praises tomorrow. How's that?
Yeah, as long as I don't have to take the blame for the forecast when it gets cold. See, that's
no, that's no deal.
Yeah.
We'll praise Charlotte every day of the week, and then we'll blame you.
All right.
What he said.
Okay. Well, there's live view from the Edgewater Sky Camp. Skies are clearing out. Temperatures are dropping. The snow now on the other side of Lake Michigan, mainly lake effect snow, but those temperatures have now dropped into the 20s here in Madison and already in the teens to our north and west, down to 7 right now in Lone Rock, down the Wisconsin River Valley, because the winds are pretty light. So wind chill's not much of a factor. Look for a low of about 15 in Madison. High tomorrow, 38 with sunny skies. Then we'll warm up to 38 tomorrow, and then drop back to 34 on Wednesday. Some snow chances Thursday, and mainly rain chances next week.
All right, remind Franke tomorrow about this too.
We got it.
Do something good, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow.